Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of Horror Hands, and for this video I'm going to go through my top 5 favourite movies released by Wild Eye. I hear a lot of people talking about Wild Eye movies on YouTube. Shout out to people like Joe the Horror Man, Horrific Nightmares JM, Bronco Juggalo, Hobbs Horror. I know they're all focusing on Wild Eye a lot right now, so I thought I'd give my contribution and go through my top 5 favourite movies released by them. Wild Eye aren't my favourite company, but they do release a lot of movies that I enjoy and that I appreciate. So, at number 5 is Bone Hill Road. So this is about a group of women who are kidnapped and held hostage by this psychopath guy. He keeps them in his house, but the house is later besieged by werewolves. So really good story in this one. I feel for this one I should just mention the one downside is kind of the acting. The acting in Wild Eye movies is never that great, but the first half of this movie is very character driven. It's entirely focused on the kidnapping and the holding hostage of the women. So the acting does kind of let this one down a little bit in the first half. But by the second half of the film, when the werewolves come into it, it's really, really cool. The werewolves look fantastic, and I love the scene of the people trying to fight the werewolves out of the house. So, although the acting in this one does kind of affect things a little bit, the movie really does redeem itself in the second half when the werewolf action starts happening. So, overall, a really enjoyable film. That's why I wanted to make it number 5 on the list. So that's Bone Hill Road. At number 4 is Creature Lake. So this is a found footage movie. I know found footage isn't for everyone, but I do really enjoy them. And this is about these 4 guys. They kind of have like a reunion kind of thing, and they go to the lake to just hang out and reminisce and things like that. And it starts to get a little bit like Blair Witchy. They start to hear weird things, and it starts to get a little bit creepy in the woods. And then eventually there's like this creature thing in the lake which is sort of stalking them and things like that. I really enjoyed it. I think if you don't like found footage, you probably won't like this one all that much. But if you do, definitely give this one a watch. It was pretty cool, pretty standard fare in terms of found footage, but I do really enjoy them, and this one was not a disappointment. I did like this one, and the creature woman in it was kind of cool as well. So yeah, another one that I enjoyed from Wild Eye. Okay, at number 3 is actually a movie that I never hear anybody talk about, but I think it's really cool, and that is Queen Crab. I'm not sure if this one's out of print or something like that, because I never see it, and it seems to go for quite a bit of money whenever I see it. But this is a really cool film, and it's right up my street. It is literally just about a giant killer crab, so really silly plot, but really fun movie. And from what I remember, a lot of the crab scenes are done with sort of stop motion and practical kind of effects, so that was really, really cool. So definitely a more silly movie, but like I say, one that's right up my street and one that I really enjoyed, and kind of harks back a little bit to the old 50s creature features, which is always a cool thing. So number 3 is Queen Crab. Okay, at number 2 is The House on Cuckoo Lane. This is a really cool movie. This has one of the best storylines I've seen in a horror film. This is about this young man who is an avid horror movie collector, and he's searching for this one elusive horror film called The House on Cuckoo Lane. And the existence of this film is like almost mythical. There's no availability, and he's doing everything he can to track this movie down. It becomes like a full obsession for him. And when he does finally find the movie, it has like a strange power, and it sort of slowly starts to drive him insane. So really dark storyline, but a fantastic one nonetheless. And for people like myself and a lot of other people who do collect movies, and we all have those rare films that we'd love to get, it does kind of resonate with me on some kind of level. So I did think this was a really cool film. Another awesome thing about this film, which I didn't realise until I watched it, is it's actually filmed in and around the area where I live. I didn't actually know until I was actually watching the film and started to recognise some of the locations and thought, I'm sure I've been there myself. And upon a bit of research, I did find out that this is filmed in like a lot of the neighbouring towns to where I live. So that was really awesome. But definitely, I recommend House on Cuckoo Lane. It's very, very low budget, very amateurish, but the story behind it is fantastic. Really enjoyed that one. And at number one, my favourite movie from Wild Eye that I've seen so far is Clownnato. So as the title would suggest, absolutely crazy, very silly movie, but really, really fun as well. Really good film. Surprisingly gory and mean-spirited in places. It does deliver on the kills and the gore and things like that, so that's pretty cool. And just a very, a very, very fun film. I don't know what else to say about a movie that involves killer clowns travelling around in a tornado. Just a whole lot of fun. And when I think of Wild Eye, I do tend to think of movies like Clownnato that are just crazy and fun and gory and things like that. Again, the acting in this is not great, but you're not watching a film like Clownnato for Oscar-winning acting. So if you do like Wild Eye and you've not seen Clownnato, I highly recommend this one because it's a lot of fun. So that's my top 5 favourite movies from Wild Eye. Let me know what you think of that, guys. Let me know if you agree. If there's other films that you recommend, definitely let me know. There's a lot more Wild Eye films that I need to get. They're not that easy to get in the UK, so if you let me know of any that are particularly good, I'll make the effort to seek them out and check them out. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.